Hey, I'm back. So I've been talking about I've been talking about avoiding falls. I've been talking about the strength to withstand a fall when we fall and getting up. So I've covered just a few things. I just covered a few things on balance assessment and some balance exercises. But as I talk about avoiding falls, I've been talking about agility, uh, stability. So that was the idea for the balance assessment and the balance training and things like that. So balance, and then we also need agility and mobility. So those two things I've also been talking about. So you're probably wondering, what is agility and mobility? So I'm going to mention that in terms of walking. So if you might notice, people who walk have better balance, partly because they are constantly balancing. So if you think about it, a walk is saving yourself from a fall. Every single step you take, you're saving yourself from a fall. So that's why people who walk are better at balancing. Not only are they practicing their balance every time they go hit the streets or do whatever, but they're also working on their mobility. So mobility is really the ability of your joints to be in a lengthened position. And I think of it more in terms of strength at the limits of your range of motion. So it's not just the ability to have be flexible or whatever. It's the ability to have strength at the limits of your mobility. And that's another reason why walkers tend to be better at balance, because they're actually in a lengthened position as they walk, and it's a strengthened, so it's through movements. They're actually working on their strength at the same time while they're working on their mobility. And then agility, what agility is, which walkers, it would apply also for walkers, because a lot of times there is like a reaction that you'll need to make. Maybe you're crossing the street and you need to move a little quicker for traffic, or there's a curb there and you kind of didn't see it and you have to make a quick move. So walkers, again, another reason why they tend to have better balance, because their agility is better also than most of us who don't walk. So if you are not a walker, please, I do not advise you to go out there and plan on walking a mile or 2 or 3 or whatever. Please start with, first of all, terrain that is very, very stable. I've known women who have pretty poor balance, very poor balance, start a walking program and then fall, which is it was very brave of her to go out and start walking, but she started on terrain that was unstable. It was even just around her house, but it was not stable. So practice something where you're going to be on a sidewalk that's going to have that you know what it is. It's predictable. Nothing you really need to be that concerned about. If you are relatively fit and you can start walking to gain some balance, then of course, wherever your level is for that. So as far as that is great. And then I'm also talking about, this video has a lot of topics, doesn't it? So I'm talking about the mobility and agility. So to gain mobility, I'm just going to mention, I'm not going to go through any exercises here. Really, you're stretching, you're working on the mobility of your joints, particularly in your lower body for balance. So that's what mobility is you're really working on the ability of your muscles to go through a full range. Because if you think about it, you take a step, maybe you start to lose your balance, and the more mobile you are, the stronger you are at the limits of your range of motion, the less likely you're going to fall. Logically, that makes sense, doesn't it? And then also for agility, so that's just your reaction time. So again, I'm not going to go through any exercises right now, but I will in the future. So please keep an eye on that, because we do need to work on our agility also. So that's like your reaction time. So anytime you're working on things that require quick reaction times, those are going to help you in real life. So quick reaction times in like a gym time setting or something that you do at home, it's going to help you in your real life. So when you get out and you start your walking, and then something startles you or whatever, then you have this quick reaction where it doesn't become an issue of I might fall kind of thing. So that's what those are. And I do want to encourage you to walk, but start with where you're at. Don't start on something a little more complicated. and don't start on something that's too easy either. So, all right, thanks for joining me.